Okay, on Diwali night, which is the night of the wealth and prosperity. And so when you're talking about what you need and what you want, it creates what you call an equation. In other words, if you pray for something and you need it, it will come to you. If you pray for something and you want it, it might not come to you. Like you said, you don't really need a plasma TV. You don't really need, MP3 player, unless you really can't live without music. But the whole idea is that as we approach 8 o'clock, I'm going to ask Martha to help you with doing the prayers. But before we do that, there's a mantra here. Everybody have paper? Now, before we say the mantra, let me tell you a little story. There was once this woodcutter that he used to cut the wood, go to the forest every day and cut the wood. And when he cuts the wood, he'd come home back and it would be very hard. So he kept wishing in his mind that he could become very rich. So one day, when he was cutting, he hit his axe accidentally onto a stone in the forest, and the axe turned yellow. So, he didn't think much of it. He says, the axe is no good, turned yellow. And so he took it home. When he took it home, he told his friend, says, I hit my axe on the stone and it turned yellow. So he says, sir, can you take me to this place where you hit the axe? And he said yes. So he took his friend to the place where he hit the stone. And he took the stone from his friend, and you wouldn't believe what the yellow was. It was gold. Every time he hit the stone with his axe, it turned into gold. Every time he hit something with a rock, it turned into gold. So soon he became very rich. And the woodcutter now became very rich, and he started to buy big houses and everything. And the king heard about it. So the king said he wanted his daughter to marry that butcher's, his son to marry that butcher's daughter. So he arranged for the wedding and so on, because he expects a big dowry, and he wants to know how the butcher got that rich, what woodcutter got that rich. So when they got married, the girl brought with her this bag with a stone in it, right? So when the king saw the bag of stone, he was expecting, of course, lots of gold as a dowry. So he got mad. He took the stone and dashed it into the lake. And he sent the girl home back, and he says, okay, my son can't marry you. His father sent me a dowry, a stone as a dowry. So when the woodcutter heard of it, he went to the king, and he says, well, since you're such a rich king, I didn't know what to give you, so I had this stone that turns everything into gold. So I sent it to you as a present, right? And the poor king regretted, of course, he didn't know what to do. He lost it. So very simple. We might have gold in our hands, and we might not recognize it. It takes one to recognize what is wealthy and what is golden. And so everything you have in your hand it has a value and can be, have got great value in your life. Right? Sometimes you don't recognize that the air is golden because without the air we cannot live, and so on. So we have to thank God for that kind of wealth, the health, and so on. So one time this stock market broker came to me, and she said, the stock market went down, and I lost $1 million. I said, oh, lost $1 million? I said, yes. I said, how much did you put in? She said, but I put in about $50,000 a couple of years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. I said, well, so you really didn't lose $1 million, you only lost 50,000, right? But I said, what happened after 2 years? You didn't think about taking away like a couple $100,000 and keep it, right? He said, no, I thought I would make more, So then I said, well, what about when it reached $500,000? Did you think about taking some and keeping it? And he said, no, I thought I wanted to wait for $1 million, right? So I said, okay, well, now you lost $1 million. You really lost 50,000, you lost $1 million, because the rest was yours. But why did he lose the money? Greed. Greed. Greed is one of our greatest destroyer for our money. Greed is the cause of all our problems. It is the cause of why you don't have a job today in America, because the companies were greedy. So the secret of making money is to not be greedy. That's the first thing. And the second thing is you have to be like a farmer. I'll tell you something, if every one of you become a farmer, you'll be rich. Right? You know what I mean by a farmer? What does a farmer do? Plant. Okay, but here's what happens. The farmer works with the universe. The farmer is the only person who works with the universe. And that's why he can never be broke. And I'll tell you why. Because he works with the summer, he works with the spring, he works with the winter, and he works with the autumn. What does he do in spring? He plants. He plants all the seeds, all the crops, all the things to grow. And then he waits, and it grows into the summer, and it starts to bear fruits, and he enjoys the fruits from his planting. See, Jesus Christ told you this. Then what happened now is that when autumn comes, what does he do? He harvests. He reaps it. And when he reaps it, then he enjoys it in the winter time, when things are very tough. When there's no trees on the ground and no crops in winter time, he enjoys the things he harvested. And when spring comes again, what does he have to do? He plants again. What I have just given you is the secret of money. It's the secret of making money. What stops us from doing that is that we forget about the autumn. We say, okay, we'll wait for next autumn. Meanwhile, winter comes and takes it all away. So, because we don't work with the universe, we don't work with the harmony of the universe, we lose money. You know? So, it depends. So it depends. My daughter. So I'm going to give you all the secrets of making money tonight. And if you apply it to your life, you are going to be wealthy. Right? Now, if you plant your seed in spring, right? Let's say you start a business, that would be considered spring, right? And then you nourish it and you water it and everything, and you give it all the ingredients and everything, all the fertilizers, and then you enjoy the fruits of it in summer, right? Which is that when your business is about fruitful and is doing well in your business and so on, or your job, right? And then you reap the benefits in autumn, right? Then you get to enjoy it in winter. Why winter? Because you know how they say 3 strikes and you're out? Well, it's the same thing in life with money. You go up, up, and then comes a down period. It happens in everyone's life. Watch what happens. First year you're okay, second year you're okay, third year you're okay, and fourth year, well, all the money is gone. So it's called what you call a correction. It's called a correction. They have it in Elliott waves and so on. It's a correction in your life. So whenever you're making money, you're doing well, prepare for the correction. Right? Now the correction come faster when you commit crimes, you commit wrong things. Like for example, you have a business and you steal from the customers, or you overcharge the customers, or you have a job and you steal from your employer, or you take things from your employer. Your correction comes faster. So now, instead of waiting 3 years, you will get it in 2 years. So that is a formula of how you should invest in your life, how you should do a business, how you should do a job, how you should save your money. You ever notice, you're saving your money, and then all of a sudden something happens and you have to take all the money out and use it. That's because there's a correction.